Have you ever stopped to wonder why some stories endure for millennia? Why, despite the rise and fall of civilizations, certain words continue to echo through time, shaping hearts and guiding lives? The book of Genesis, the very first book of the Bible, holds such power. It is not merely a collection of ancient tales. It is a tapestry of wisdom that transcends time, culture, and circumstance. Genesis speaks to something eternal within us, connecting us to the roots of our humanity and the mysteries of our Creator. Historically, Genesis has been a cornerstone of faith, influencing not just religious doctrine, but the very fabric of Western thought and philosophy. Its narratives, from the awe-inspiring creation of the universe to the deeply personal stories of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, have shaped literature, art, and moral frameworks for thousands of years. These are stories told and retold, passed down through generations, not only because they are beautifully written, but because they resonate with something profound and universal. Our quest to understand who we are, where we come from, and what our purpose is. But Genesis is more than history or culture. It is alive with relevance. Consider the story of creation itself. God speaks, and light pierces the darkness, in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. This simple, yet profound truth reminds us of the creative power of words, intention, and action. It teaches us that we are created in the image of a God who brings order out of chaos, beauty out of voids, and hope where there is none. Then there is the story of the fall, a sobering reminder of human frailty, temptation, and the consequences of disobedience. Yet, even here, there is a promise, a seed of redemption that blooms in the narrative of humanity's relationship with God. Genesis does not shy away from the complexities of life. Betrayal, struggle, and loss are all there, but so too are faith, perseverance, and the triumph of grace. The story of Abraham, who trusted God's promise despite his doubts, is a testament to the power of faith to guide us through the unknown. The story of Joseph, who rose from betrayal and imprisonment to become a leader and a source of blessing, reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is a divine plan at work. These themes are timeless. Who among us has not faced trials that tested our faith, or moments when we had to trust in something greater than ourselves? The ancient wisdom of Genesis speaks to our modern lives in ways we cannot ignore. It challenges us to walk with integrity, to act with compassion, and to trust that even when we falter, there is always a path back to the Creator. In its pages, we find not just stories, but the blueprint for living a life of purpose and meaning. So, as we reflect on this ancient book, let us carry its wisdom forward. Let us draw from its well of truths, truths that remind us of our connection to each other, to our Creator, and to the enduring hope that no matter where we are in our journey, God is always with us, guiding us toward a better tomorrow. The story of Abraham in the book of Genesis offers a profound model of these virtues. Abraham's journey begins with a call from God to leave his homeland and venture into the unknown, guided solely by a promise of blessings and descendants as numerous as the stars. He leaves behind everything familiar, trusting in the unseen and the yet to be revealed. His willingness to follow this divine call, despite the lack of a clear roadmap, demonstrates an extraordinary faith that continues to inspire believers today. Abraham's journey is not without challenges. He faces prolonged periods of waiting, moments of doubt, and the ultimate test of faith when God asks him to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice. Yet through it all, Abraham's trust in God does not waver. This story resonates with our own struggles, as we often face moments in life where the path forward is unclear and the answers we seek are hidden from view. By studying Abraham's unwavering faith, we learn the importance of trusting in a higher power, even when circumstances seem insurmountable or confusing. Applying Abraham's faith to our personal lives means finding strength in the midst of trials by leaning on the promises of a higher power. Like Abraham, we are called to step out of our comfort zones and trust in something greater than ourselves. Whether it's pursuing a new opportunity, coping with loss, or waiting for an answer to prayer, Abraham's example reminds us that faith is not about having all the answers, but about believing that the answers will come in time. His life teaches us that trust requires patience and the willingness to surrender control to a power beyond our understanding. Abraham's faith also exemplifies courage. It takes courage to believe when the odds are against you, to hold on to hope when the outcome is uncertain, and to take steps forward without knowing where they will lead. This courage, fueled by faith, enables us to face life's challenges with resilience. Abraham's willingness to sacrifice Isaac, trusting that God's plan was ultimately good, reveals a deep strength that comes from surrendering fears and doubts to divine providence. This is a strength we can draw upon when facing our own moments of fear and uncertainty. Ultimately, the story of Abraham encourages us to cultivate a faith that is active and transformative. It shows us that faith is not a passive belief, but a dynamic trust that compels us to action. By trusting in a higher power, as Abraham did, we find the courage to face uncertainty, the strength to endure trials, and the peace that comes from knowing we are not alone in our journey. His story reminds us that faith is not about the absence of struggle, but about the presence of trust, which leads us to a life of purpose and fulfillment. The power of Genesis inspires hope and guides individuals through life's challenges.